Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile, with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
New activation and upfront payment for 3-month plan required. Taxes and fees extra. Additional restrictions apply. See mintmobile.com for full terms.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Selling a little or a lot? Do your thing however you cha-ching with Shopify, the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout. 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. Get a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/offer23.
'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Not only have I been the owner of Mint Mobile for the last few years, I've also been a customer. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
New activation and upfront payment for 3-month plan required. Taxes and fees extra. Additional restrictions apply. See mintmobile.com for full terms.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile, with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
New activation and upfront payment for 3-month plan required. Taxes and fees extra. Additional restrictions apply. See mintmobile.com for full terms.
'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
No, I don't see how it's red.
Oh my God.
So big.
I swear to God, I'm going to fucking kick you in the forehead. Anyways, stupid. This right here. Moron.
It's because you're visually impaired.
You're dumb. Hurry up. Hit record.
This meeting is being recorded.
Raise your voice at me again and see what happens. All right. Ready? Hey girl, imagine a life where you feel supported, connected, and understood. I get it. Being a mom is hard, especially when you're spinning so many plates. We exhaust ourselves trying to create the perfect life for our family. You deserve to enjoy your family without the stress perfectionism brings. On this podcast, I provide practical and relatable life experiences. I teach women quick and easy to use strategies to help them reclaim their identity, reignite their marriage, and enjoy their children. If you're ready to be challenged, then pull up a chair, grab pen and paper because it's about to go down. I'm Veronica Cisneros, a licensed marriage and family therapist, and this is the Empowered and Unapologetic Podcast. Hey ladies, welcome to the Empowered and Unapologetic Podcast. So I know I totally sound funny and weird and stuffy and sick. Baby, let's tell them why I sound this way. This isn't my like hot girl sexy voice. I mean, it kind of is though.
No, it's not.
Why do I sound this way?
Because you got the Rona.
Yes, I got the Rona. How did I get the Rona, babe? He has his thoughts. I don't agree.
It's because your ass was damn partying. This is what you get for partying out in damn Chicago.
I may or may not have gone to a club in Chicago.
That's what you get.
And danced the night away with other ladies. I was at
You can dance your night away from Corona.
So I was at a group private practice summit. It was hosted for group private practice owners. So I attended the group. I was able to go out and host a little event within the event. And, I'm all about empowering women. So I gathered a whole bunch of female therapists and I showed them what was up. I've never partied in Chicago before. And I came back with Rona. Right now, Willie and I are not together. He is in San Jose because our daughter is going to Stanford for 10 days. She's in this law intensive program. So Willie's over there with her. Meanwhile, I'm here with Brooklyn and Aaliyah because Brooklyn has chair practices. And I need to see my clients, but now I'm practicing virtually. All of that to say, we are here to record this episode. Baby, tell them what episode or what is our topic? Tell them our topic.
Our topic comes from a question from a listener on Peanut. The question was, I struggle with having sex with my partner. He thinks I don't want him. But the reality is I've gained so much weight, I look for excuses not to have it. Like, we can only have sex at night or when the kids are asleep. He told me he wants to be closer, but I think he just wants to have sex. He opened up to me today and he told me how he feels disconnected and he feels insecure. Please help.
Okay, so right off the bat, I read that and I was like, oh my goodness. I could totally relate. My fear right now, because I definitely gained weight, my fear right now is I don't want to sound like a seal. Like, like clapping.
Let's make that clap.
That's a prime example, though. Right now, the conversation we're having, you're saying, let's make it clap. For me, no, I don't want to make it clap. I don't want to make it clap. But for us women, there are so many insecurities that come up when it involves sex, especially when it comes to us being naked.
We have insecurities, too.
I don't believe you.
Bet. We have insecurities just as much as women do.
Like, tell me more. Give me some examples.
Men do too. Men.
What are your insecurities, baby?
Fucking Dunlap. Sometimes you get those things like, hey, when you sitting down and your damn belly Dunlap over your thighs, it's not good. When you get that little pudge that's just starting to sit on your thigh, you gotta take care of that. So. Yeah, it's like you start to, you have those moments when you're like, just like this woman feels insecure about herself, a man feels insecure too. But I think that's, you could have confidence being a big boy or big girl, naked and unafraid, being, whether it's daytime, nighttime, don't matter. Just be comfortable in your own skin.
What is he really trying?
I, this is me,
yes.
Me. I find you sexy no matter what. And you know that.
Baby, you find me sexy even the way I look. I haven't showered in like a day.
Snot
rags everywhere. And my hair
I'll take you in all your greasiness.
So right now, you read that comment. You read her question. Yeah. What is her husband attempting to communicate with her?
I don't think it's that he wants to hit it and quit it. I think it's that he wants some affection. It may be too that's like me, affection and touching and contact and all that stuff. Maybe his love language. Maybe the way that he interacts with his wife and the way he tends and wants to show affection. He may want that closeness. And her insecurities are things that, to me, she has to work on. But for him, I think that's just his way of wanting to love up on his wife. I don't think it has anything to do with it. He just wants to, get his, and that's it.
So with that, when we're thinking that all you want is sex,
Yeah.
What is that like? How does that impact you? If I'm saying no, because all you want is sex, that's all you want. How does that impact you? What am I actually doing? Because working with several men,
Down.
hell yeah, I've turned down rejection. I think another part that a lot of women don't know, and there's times where I wish I could totally record some of my sessions. I can't for like legal reasons, and I'm 100% into protecting confidentiality. But one thing I often hear from men is, I really just want to connect with my wife. And you've said it before. I don't want to have sex with you, Veronica. I actually want to make love to you. Like I want to make love to you. I don't want any of that. And when I hear that, it's like, oh damn, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more about that.
Well, you don't.
Tell me about you. Like, so why don't you want to just have sex with me? Why do you want to make love to me?
Are there instances where you just, you may just have time for a quickie?
Yeah.
Because circumstances, kids, whatever, lunch, something like the duration of time is small. The opportunity is small. So yes, it may be something like that. You could still enjoy it. But I think also there are other moments where, like you and I, there's been times when we've been away, and I've told you, just you and I, when we've been away, we've had our own room, we've been away, no kids, no nothing. I don't want to just smash and that's it. I want to enjoy it. I want to savor the moment. I want to be all up in it. And it's not, I'm not talking about I'm not trying to have something where just it's a quick moment. If it's a long time, then so be it. If it goes all night, great.
Yeah.
But
what are you looking for?
To me, that's the connection, the deep connection that I'm looking forward to having.
Yeah.
Because it's to me, it's those intimate moments that also grow the relationship and that you appreciate the connection.
Yeah. And I think that's where most of us have difficulty with understanding that, because we're so blocked with what we believe versus what reality is. And so we've been taught that guys just want to have sex. Guys just want to go out and climax and then they're done.
I think it's the reality you create in your mind.
Well, yeah, but we don't ever
or past trauma.
Well, yeah, but how often are men emotional? How often are men saying, hey, I want to make love to you? It takes you guys forever to get to that place, and some don't. Some don't. Like this guy right here, he literally told his wife, I feel disconnected from you. I'm wondering how long he waited to actually finally say that, and what was it that prompted him to say it? You guys aren't communicating that to us. Probably just continuous moments of what feels like rejection, where she's like, I don't feel comfortable in my own skin. I don't want to be naked. And I've told you before, when I'm trying to have a moment and with you, and it's like, it's one excuse after another. It's I'm tired tonight. I've had a long day. I hear the kids. I hear that, and it's just one thing after another, and it snowballs, and eventually that becomes the truth. You don't want to have this as much as I do, and you start to disconnect. What is this? What does this intimate moment mean to you? It means connection. It means, being able to share a moment with my wife, and it's bigger than, it's to me, a man is a physical creature. Men are physical creatures. We like to, from the beginning of time, you go back to how men were able to find their women in, the cavemen, and you go back to those ages. It's, men were very physical, and in how they did that. And I think you go back to even now, it's like, we're not creatures who are emotional. To me, it's women who are more the emotional creatures, and you're talking about feelings and emotions and stuff. So for you to let down your guard and to be able to submit to that, and to be able to finally confess, like, look, enough is enough. I also need what I need. Yeah.
Like I hear you and I hear all the things that you want, but when are you going to meet my needs too?
Yeah. But your needs isn't necessarily to just climax. Your needs is, I want to feel closer to you. I'm highlighting that because I think it's so important. It's not, I just want to.
It's not just like me sitting next to you and watching a movie. That's not it. It's so much more than that.
So for him, he's saying he doesn't feel desired. He doesn't feel desired by his wife. How can we show you that it's not you, it's actually our insecurity? So how do you know? Okay, well, yeah, but like, how do you know when you're desired? How do you personally know when I'm desiring you? When I think you're sexy?
When you're reciprocating what I'm doing to you.
So it's not something, so it's reciprocating what you're doing to me, but it's not like me initiating it?
Partially, yeah.
Tell me more. What does it look like?
If you catch me off guard, if you straight up, like the movie Love Jones, you meet me at the door as soon as I walk in, I've had a long ass day and you just, bam, it's happening, no conversation. Hell yeah. That's very much appreciated.
What other ways? What other ways? So that leads to sex. What other ways can I show that I desire you? Like what things do I personally do right now, or what do I not do?
It's the teasing, it's the groping, it's the comments, it's the certain looks.
That's how I know you desire me.
Yes, those are the ways that I know you desire me. By giving certain looks, or as I walk by, you grab my ass, or you go over there and you're like, damn, like, or like a kiss that ends up going into something deeper, and then you're like, you get all into it, and then may follow up with another comment afterwards, or even just like you just get into it. Some of those things. So it's a little bit of communication, oral communication, but it's also physical contact too.
Okay, so physical contact.
I think a lot of it has to do with the physical contact because, like I said, we are very much, we need to be like, we need to have that physical contact with each other, not just us to you, but you to us as well.
We can all use a little help in our marriage, especially when it comes to communicating. I have created a guide just for you. And guess what? It's 100% free. I will give you practical tips and easy-to-use strategies to apply right now. That's right, right now, today. You all know I'm a huge advocate for you mamas, and I am on a mission to help you experience true connection and stress-free living. Ladies, we are setting our marriages up for success. It starts with you. You will find this freebie here in my show notes, or go to empoweredandunapologetic.com/guide. The information I will be providing you is next level, and people pay good money to get these tips that I will be giving you for free. Don't forget to share this with a friend who needs it. There are times where I forget how sensitive you can be. And
take that back.
I'm sorry?
You take that back.
No, I'm serious. Why do you want me to take it back? This is a compliment. There are times I forget how sensitive you are. And now I see why you think that like I'm making fun of you. I'm not. But I don't see you that way. I don't see you as this. I mean, I do now, but like in the past, I didn't see you as this. And sometimes now as this sensible or sensitive being. So when you tell me, Veronica, and you have said that recently, Veronica, I don't want to have sex with you. I'm like, well, shit, I don't want to have sex with you either. You're like, no. I don't want to have sex with you. I want to actually make love to you. I want us to make love. I don't want us to have sex. And when you say that, it's like, oh, shit. Damn, I've totally been neglecting my husband. And, oh, my goodness. This is really important to him. This is very important to him.
I'm not trying to just be a check in the box, nor do I want you to feel like you're a check in the box.
What is it that gets you to say that? Like, what is it about our relationship that helps you say that? Not that our relationship is perfect, because, again, we just had that conversation recently. You told me a couple weeks ago, matter of fact, you told me, no, I don't want to just have sex. I want to make love.
I want you to continue to desire me. I want to continue to desire you.
Yeah, but what is it that is like, okay, now's the time for me to communicate this with my wife? Like, how can we help if men are listening right now?
Because I see the way that our relationship is slipping, and the fact that I see that it's like now we're just in it to climax and go, and it's just all right. I did it. We did it. He did it. I gave it to him. She gave it to me. Whatever, and that's it. I mean, to me, it's like now you're not connected anymore. Now it's just you're just doing it to say you did it. It's that to me is no different than holding a hand, a kiss. You've gone a step further, obviously, but it's no different than any of that other stuff. That to me is a Band-Aid. And a lot of people will think that, well, if I sleep with him, that's going to keep him around longer. If we have sex a little bit more, maybe if I give it up a little bit more, he'll want to stay. Maybe that'll fix our relationship. That's not the type of way of mending a relationship. Meaningful, sensual, having those moments with your spouse, with your better half is to me, it's that deeper connection. It's having a vulnerable state. And sometimes you connect in not just a physical way. Sometimes it's deeper than that.
So it sounds like for you, what you're saying is, I'm noticing that our relationship is starting to slip. I'm noticing that we're not as connected as we were in the past. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to say something because I'm noticing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most men don't say anything, though. Would you agree or would you disagree?
I agree.
So how do we know that this is what's going on in your head? You're minding your relationship, we've gotten to a place where we can say these things, Yeah. I mean, the other day I even said, babe, I don't even think you're checking me out that much. And it was me opening up.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. And it was me opening up about my insecurities.
And I had you challenge that. And I said, yes, I do. I said, as a matter of fact, I was grabbing on your ass as you walked by a couple times. And then when I was done, and then afterwards or some other time during the same day, I was staring you up and down and gawking at you, and you caught me looking at you, and then you looked away, and then you looked at me again, and I was still looking at you, and then you smirked, and then you came over to me, and you sat on the arm of the chair of where I was sitting.
Yeah.
And once you sat on there, I was grabbing on your ass and groping on your ass.
So I go into.
You said, yes, I appreciate those moments.
Yeah, I do. But I think what happens for me in those moments, because I know I've gained weight, and I'm relating with this lady that gave us the question.
Mm-hmm.
But in those moments, I don't see what you see.
Yes.
I see we were
you blocked all that out. I had to bring that to your attention.
No, that's exactly what I'm getting at. We were at the mall, and this is where you were groping me and checking me out and stuff. And we were at the mall because we were dropping Aubrey off at Stanford, so we can we were doing last minute shopping because we're a last minute family. But yeah, as you were looking at me, and I'm saying this just because I think it's so important. I felt so uncomfortable because it's I don't feel worthy of you checking me out right now. There's so many flaws. And I remember passing by a mirror. I think it was at Urban Outfitters. And I looked and I'm like, totally, what is Edna Mosley from freaking Incredibles? When she says to whatever, Incredible Man or whatever, she automatically says to him, my God, you've gotten fat. That's exactly what I swear to God. I'm passing the mirror, and it's a long, big ass mirror, and I'm wearing a long dress, and I look like about 8 months pregnant. I'm that's exactly what I did. I looked at myself, I seen my reflection, and automatically that's the first thought that entered my mind. My God, you've gotten fat. And here my husband is that I think you are so sexy, even though you got Dunlap, even though you feel like you got Dunlap. I definitely got Dunlap.
Well, go ahead. Say you got it right the first time.
What? You have it?
Even though you got Dunlap.
Yeah. Well, even though you got Dunlap, I still think you're the sexiest person alive. And I'm saying that right now because it's like, even though we've both gained weight and we've talked about this, that Italy trip did not help us in any way, shape, or form, nor did that freaking gelato. But it's like, for me, I don't see what you see. And it takes me some time to go back and go, wait a minute. I may have gained weight and it still doesn't take away. I know this is going to sound cocky as shit, but I've gained some weight and it still doesn't take away my beauty. Like, I'm still beautiful. I can still be beautiful. There's no way I want to hate my body, but I do struggle with that. And I can relate with this girl so much, because it's like, fuck, I'm going to find any excuse because I know you find me really sexy. And sometimes the way you see me and the way you look at me and the way others comment on the way you look at me, it's like, I'm not worthy of this right now because of how much I've gained. And I really have to I have to challenge it. And so when
that's some self-work type stuff.
I know, I'm aware of that.
To do with me.
I know that, but it's right there. I'm just sharing with you,
But I'm telling you that because this person that also made the same comment.
Yeah.
That's also some stuff she has to do too. It's some self-work.
Yeah. And for me, let's say if I'm working on my client that has a similar issue, it's, hold on. I want you to look in the mirror. I want you to describe what you see. Mm-hmm. And I want you to tell me why you're so fucking hard on yourself. Why? What is the expectation? And in your mind, how are you not meeting that expectation? And why is that fucking expectation keeping you from enjoying this flirtatious moment with your partner?
Yeah.
Where he sees, I don't want to say he sees past it, but he sees it. He sees all of it. So he doesn't see past it, ladies. He sees that shit just like you see it. And he still wants to go ahead and make love to you.
Yeah.
That's the part for me that I really have to process. It's not that he sees past it and he just sees how beautiful you are. No, girl, fuck no. He sees the Dunlap. He sees all of it, but he still
wants to turn you out.
He still wants to make love to you. And he's still complaining, or he's still, providing you with information about the importance of connecting with you. And so with this, with that connection, what advice would you give? What advice would you give to the woman? I love how she said, he opened up to me today and told me how disconnected he feels and insecure he is. What feedback would you give her?
If he's never done that before, I would take heed to what he said, as that's something that's not going to come very often.
Yeah.
And she needs to look at it as like, okay, I need to look into what and how I am affecting this relationship.
Yeah.
Despite how I feel about myself, my husband does appreciate and love every bit of me, despite how I feel about myself. And he finds me sexy no matter how I feel. So I need to appreciate that.
Take it even further, though. I need to appreciate that. That's easier said than done.
Yeah.
I want something realistic. Like right now, I told you, I struggle sometimes with, I don't see what you see.
And she just needs to be vulnerable and just, find the sexiness in what he sees and just give into it.
That's easier.
Right.
That's easier said than done. I'm going to say it. That's easier said than done.
Then challenge it.
I guess where I'm going right now, babe, is let's say it was me. Let's say she is me. In so many ways, fuck yeah, she is me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say she was me. I love when you said, I see all of it and I still want to be with you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. I want you. And that's something I have to remind myself. I
see all of you and I see all the beauty in you. and all that you are.
And being able to accept
now, in the past, and present,
yeah,
and in the future. It doesn't matter. I appreciate all of you. So her husband appreciates all of her.
Yeah.
The version of her now and before, despite who she is and how she feels about herself. He still loves and adores her and wants to still see and feel that same connection with her. He doesn't care about the weight and all that other stuff. He wants to be and connect with his wife.
So you're saying he accepts her?
He does.
Yeah. I love that. That part right there. I love that. Realize that your partner is accepting you, even if you're still working on yourself. And in addition to that, your husband just shared something so vulnerable, so vulnerable. And it was really difficult for him to probably say that out loud. But one thing that I think of is, holy shit, the fact that he was able to go there speaks to where your relationship is going.
Yeah.
He wants to go ahead and mend it. He wants to make sure that he is vocal. He's seeing an issue. He wants to address it, which means that later on, as long as you are receptive to what he's saying, not judge it, not criticize it, as long as you are receptive and you hear him and you listen to him for clarity or ask questions if you need to. But as long as you hear him and you receive it, you're receptive to it, he's going to open up so much more to other things, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The worst off situation would be if it was on the contrary of what's going on right now. If he is avoiding sleeping with her, if he is coming up with excuses of why not to be with her, if they're sleeping in separate bedrooms, if any moment she's trying to get next to him, he's trying to avoid her. If he's just, disgusted and making snide comments or insulting or disrespectful or belittling comments about her. That to me is now you've gotten into a whole different territory. He's accepting of all that. He's accepting of how, despite how you feel about yourself, he loves you for who you are and no matter what you look like.
Yeah.
Or how you feel about yourself.
Definitely.
He's accepting of all that.
What would you tell him? What advice would you give him?
Don't lose hope.
Mm-hmm.
Be patient. Be understanding that it's not you. Don't take it personal.
Beautiful. I think that right there is solid.
Don't take it personal. I think that's a big mistake. I've done that. I made that mistake before. I continue to make that mistake at times.
Me too.
Just taking it personal and thinking that it's me, it's what I've done. And I think we all do. But just learn to be patient and learn to try to be more understanding and listen, versus thinking that it's because of you that she is feeling this way, that you are the cause of what is going on, when it's clearly not you, it's her. She has to come to accept who she is and what she's willing to be vulnerable, how vulnerable she's willing to be.
Yeah.
And then just be patient with it when she's ready to accept that. And hopefully you have that patience with your spouse to be able to accept when she is able to open up to you and finally have that moment, that intimate moment with you. Then make the best of the situation.
Yeah.
Your business.
The feedback I would give to a woman is, he sees you. He sees all of you. Allow yourself to be loved. Allow yourself to feel it and enjoy it. To him, I would definitely piggyback on what you just said. Try not to personalize this. Understand it from her perspective. You don't have to agree. When you guys are having this conversation, remember, you don't have to agree. It's understanding the other person's perspective So much so that you have complete clarity. Because once you have that clarity, then you're able to go ahead and put your walls down, put your guard down, and then take it to another level where you can be even more vulnerable. You know, babe, you and I have had a conversation about like my weight, your weight. You know, we've called each other fat asses. But then one thing that we also do is definitely, you know, flirt with each other. We flirt with each other a lot. And like I said, even though we do all of those things, there are still times, as it was when we were, 2 days ago when we were at Stanford, you know, at that mall, all of the insecurities were coming. And again, that feeling is valid, but the thought is irrational. So the feeling was insecure, insecure, disgusted, like all of these feelings. My thought was, I'm not worthy of him flirting with me right now, which is totally irrational thought. I'm definitely fucking worthy, but that's where I was going. And so being able to go ahead and challenge that.
The other thing I would say to the guy too is this: if she is able to give into the moment and she finally does accept, okay, yes, I don't feel comfortable, but I'm going to go ahead and give into, what he wants. And
well, let's watch the way we phrase that
and have this moment with him, because although I'm not comfortable with it, I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to show a little bit of vulnerability. For the man, I would say one thing you can do, make her feel sexy.
Yeah.
Show her how much you appreciate her and how sexy you find her.
Yeah.
And to me, that will help ease her tension, and she'll see how much you really do through your actions, what you see.
Give me some examples. What do you do? Don't get too crazy. Don't get too crazy. I don't want to turn anybody
on. What I do, God, I'm trying to make sure that I be careful with what I'm saying here. What do I do?
Just say it.
Kissing all over your body from your neck, down your neck, down your body, and all the way down, and just showing how much I just love and adore every inch, and tasting all over you, just doing that so you could see that it's like there's nowhere that's going to be unexplored. I'm going to make sure that I show you that I love every piece of you, and that there's nothing that you can't put your hands anywhere and cover up anywhere, because I'm going to love every bit of you.
No, I love that.
That to me is one thing that you could possibly do. And then just show through, the exploration of your hands and where they go all over the body. And,
all right, you're getting me a little too excited, and we're not in the same damn room. Usually when we record, we're in the same room, but you're not next to me. So you get me a little too excited right now.
Close to 400 miles away from each other.
Yeah. Baby, thank you so much for recording this episode with me and really answering this woman's question. It's not easy. And I'm thankful that you were able to go ahead and share some of your vulnerabilities. And in return, obviously, I shared some of mine. That's something that I definitely appreciate about you and our relationship. It's not perfect. And I still am struggling and working on things. Like I said, I will work on them for the rest of my life. New ones, old ones, whatever.
Yeah. No relationship is perfect.
No, not at all. They should have heard us like 10 minutes ago when you and I were back and forth about this damn Zoom connection. But thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
I love you, honey.
Love you too.
Many women lose their own identity in the shadow of being a mom and a wife. We are a community of women who support each other. We leave perfectionism behind to become empowered and unapologetic. I want to personally invite you to join our Girl Gang. It's a free Facebook community for women just like you. Go to www.facebook.com groups/empowered and unapologetic. See you there. What's up, ladies? Just want to let you guys know that your ratings and reviews for this podcast are greatly appreciated. If you love this podcast, please go to iTunes right now, write a review, rate the episode, and subscribe. Don't forget to share it with your friends.
Hey there. This is Casey McGuire Davidson, host of the Hello Someday podcast. I'm an ex-red wine girl turned life coach who helps busy women change their relationship with alcohol. I spent 20 years climbing the corporate ladder while drinking a bottle of wine a night to unwind. In the Hello Someday podcast, my goal is to teach you the tried and true secrets of creating and living a life you don't want to escape from. Each week, I'll bring you tools, lessons, and conversations to help you drink less and live more. I'll teach you how to navigate our drinking-obsessed culture without a buzz and how to turn the decision to stop drinking from your worst-case scenario to the best decision of your life. You can find new episodes of the Hello Someday podcast every Thursday, wherever you listen, and I hope you check it out.
I know we've been taught that motherhood requires alcohol. I know we've been taught not to question our relationship with alcohol until we've lost everything. And I know we've been taught that if we do dare to examine our relationship with alcohol, we need to head straight to AA and declare ourselves an alcoholic who is powerless to alcohol forever. But what if all that isn't true? That's definitely not my story. I'm Suzanne, the host of the Sober Mom Life podcast. I'm an influencer who stopped drinking in January 2020, and since then, I've been telling the truth about motherhood, influencing, alcohol, and sobriety. If you suspect deep down that glass or 3 of wine at night might just be making motherhood harder, well, you're right. Come and join me as I chat with other sober and sober-curious moms. Let's laugh, cry, and normalize sobriety together, all while we reheat our coffee for the 4th time today.
Addiction impacts all of us. Addiction's consequences run through all of us. From ourselves to our loved ones and to our communities, addiction creates so much loss and grief. My name is Dwayne Osterlin, and I'm the host of the Addicted Mind podcast, a show featuring personal stories, expert guests, and vital information about addiction and addiction recovery. We'll talk with leading treatment providers to discuss the latest research and treatment options for this devastating disease and advocate for mental health awareness. We discuss topics like the importance of creating a community of support to helping loved ones to some of the latest research on psychedelic medicines. The Addicted Mind podcast has been about creating hope, listening to stories of many amazing people that have overcome addiction and are thriving. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, subscribe to the Addicted Mind podcast wherever you get your podcasts or check out theaddictedmind.com. New episodes every Monday. See you there.
I know we've been taught that motherhood requires alcohol. I know we've been taught not to question our relationship with alcohol until we've lost everything. And I know we've been taught that if we do dare to examine our relationship with alcohol, we need to head straight to AA and declare ourselves an alcoholic who is powerless to alcohol forever. But what if all that isn't true? That's definitely not my story. I'm Suzanne, the host of the Sober Mom Life podcast. I'm an influencer who stopped drinking in January 2020, and since then, I've been telling the truth about motherhood, influencing, alcohol, and sobriety. If you suspect deep down that glass or 3 of wine at night might just be making motherhood harder, well, you're right. Come and join me as I chat with other sober and sober-curious moms. Let's laugh, cry, and normalize sobriety together, all while we reheat our coffee for the 4th time today.
It's easy to blame ourselves for our struggles with alcohol. We see people around us being able to control their drinking without any consequences, yet no matter what we try, we can't seem to figure it out for ourselves. My name is Jillian Teets, and I am the host of the Sober Powered podcast, where I use my biochemistry background to explain the latest research in addiction and help you understand both why you drink the way you do and how to develop the skills and mindset you need to find freedom from alcohol. I discuss topics like why we think about our drinking 24/7, why we have no off switch, and why we crave alcohol. If you're struggling with your drinking or you know someone who is, then I hope that you will check out the Sober Powered podcast. New episodes every Friday. See you there. It's easy to blame ourselves for our struggles with alcohol. We see people around us being able to control their drinking without any consequences, yet no matter what we try, we can't seem to figure it out for ourselves. My name is Jillian Teets, and I am the host of the Sober Powered podcast, where I use my biochemistry background to explain the latest research in addiction and help you understand both why you drink the way you do and how to develop the skills and mindset you need to find freedom from alcohol. I discuss topics like why we think about our drinking 24/7, why we have no off switch, and why we crave alcohol. If you're struggling with your drinking or you know someone who is, then I hope that you will check out the Sober Powered podcast. New episodes every Friday. See you there.